Yeah, well, the happy accidents and the strange trajectory that got us to this place is something that I couldn't have ever thought. And even this year, losing the business that I worked on, was disappointing. But at the same time, if I could, shed the disappointment and just try and look at it like a teaching lesson, it afforded me the option or the opportunity to look beyond the box. And that was the whole idea of Beepods in the first place, was to build a hive that was different than a box, that was the cradle. And so now we're looking beyond the cradle, or perhaps we're moving from the cradle into adolescence or adulthood now, because we're saying it's not about just a box. And that was the problem. I think I got stung, and the idea is that if you get stung, what do you do with it? What do you do with the sting? Do you freak out and get stung again? Or do you just sort of deal with it and understand that it's there and learn a lesson by it? And I think that was it. I got stung and said, I can teach anybody how to be a beekeeper, but I can't teach morals and ethics. And so if my moral compass doesn't align with who's supposed to be my business partner, then I guess I'm not going to be doing that business. And when I got out of the business, I was so shell-shocked I didn't know. I've been building this beehive and running this idea for 10 years. I've spent all my money and all my time and all my efforts to bring this bee pod into existence, and year after year after year refine it, and year after year after year recruit people on a shoestring budget to the cause, and now the cause is the cause. And so now we're making something without even having the box anymore. Now we're just talking about beekeeping in whatever box you want. And I've still got some of my own boxes left that we're able to use, but now I devoted the whole time to the process of how do we do beekeeping for the bees regardless of the box that it's in. And that is kind of more magical. Right now we're at a point where this makes more sense. Having a production hive and an education hive, having people who are cognizant of doing beekeeping in both boxes, so that if somebody comes in and says, I just want to make mead, then we don't even bother selling them a top bar hive. We just go right into the production hive and say, go ahead and work with it. And I think where we're going now is this idea that what if you don't have a place to do it? Why don't we get the places to do it? And why don't we just teach people to be our beekeepers and have those people go about the city on rooftops and backyards and different places and take care of the bees, and bring along the owner when they want to, and bring along the high school nearby when they need to, and try to build this colony, this community of people who all are concerned and mutually dependent on each other, just like inside a hive.
Some on the mountain, reap it in the valley. Some on the mountain, reap it in the valley. Some on the mountain, reap it in the valley. You're gonna reap just what you sow. Have you been letting the dandelion wander? Have you been letting the dandelion wander? Have you been letting the dandelion wander? It's the first food in the spring. Perfect place is the heart of the city. Perfect place is the heart of the city. Perfect place is the heart of the city. It's gonna catch us warm tonight. Have you been eating the sweet, sweet honey? Have you been eating the sweet, 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 sweet? We're gonna make some meat tonight.